I volunteered to read to elderly patients at a nursing home yesterday. An old woman grabbed my wrist and whispered that she recognized me from a photo taken 40 years before I was born. It started as a simple community service project for my college application, 2 hours every Saturday reading to seniors at Oakwood Gardens. Most residents dozed through my readings of Jane Austen or John Grisham, but I didn't mind my grandmother had died alone in a place like this. I figured everyone deserves company, even if they're barely aware of it. Mrs. Winters was different from the beginning, sharp blue eyes that followed my movements. Eamon's alert, always listening. She never spoke, though the nurses said she could. Just chooses not to most days, they explained. I'd been volunteering for 3 months when it happened. I was reading The Great Gatsby to a small group in the sunroom. Mrs. Winters sat in her usual corner chair, hands folded neatly in her lap. When I finished the chapter, the activities director brought in cookies. As the other residents shuffled toward the snack cart, Mrs. Winters motioned for me to come closer. I knelt beside her wheelchair, expecting a comment about the book. Instead, her hand shot out with surprising strength, gripping my wrist. "You are Elizabeth's girl," she whispered, her voice raspy from disuse. I smiled politely. "My name's Rachel. My mother is Susan." Her grip tightened. "Not your mother? Your face? It's Elizabeth's face? It's Elizabeth's face?" I gently tried to pull away, but she held firm. "The Summer House, 1963. I have the photo." Her eyes were intense, focused. "You were there." I did the math quickly. 1963 was almost 60 years ago. "I am 19. I am sorry, Mrs. Winters. That's not possible. I wasn't born until 2003. Same eyes. Sand birthmark." Her finger traced the small crescent-shaped mark below my left ear. Elizabeth's mark. Family mark. A chill ran down my spine. The birthmark was unusual. My mother had it too. A family trait, but not one I'd ever discussed at the nursing home. "Who's Elizabeth?" I asked. "My sister." They said she drowned. But she didn't. She ran away. Mrs. Winters finally released my wrist. "Come to my room tomorrow. I'll show you." I should have dismissed it as confusion from an elderly woman. But the birthmark comment unsettled me. That night, I called my mom. "Did we have any relatives named Elizabeth?" A pause. "Why do you ask?" I explained about Mrs. Winters, leaving out the creepier details. Mom was quiet for so long. I thought the call had dropped. "Mom, Elizabeth was your grandmother's name? My birth mother?" "She died before I was born." My breath caught. "How drowning accident, summer of 1963. The next day, I arrived at Oakwood Gardens with my heart pounding. Mrs. Winters was waiting, a weathered photo album on her lap. "I knew you'd come," she said, flipping to a marked page. The photo showed 2 young women on a dock. One was clearly a younger Mrs. Winters. The other pair, and my hand trembled as I looked closer. She had my face, my eyes, the same crescent birthmark. "That's Elizabeth, my sister, 2 weeks before. She supposedly drowned." Mrs. Winters tapped the photo. "She was pregnant. Nobody knew except me. She was going to run away with the baby's father." I stared at the woman who could have been my twin. "What happens?" "The official story. She went swimming alone, drowned, body never recovered." Mrs. Winters shook her head. "Truth, she left with him that night. Our parents were powerful people. They would have destroyed her for getting pregnant unmarried. But if Elizabeth was my grandmother, then she didn't die. She started over somewhere else." Mrs. Winters smiled sadly. "I always hoped she was happy. I've seen my mother's birth certificate. It lists her parents as James and Catherine Miller, parent to my great-grandparents. But now I wonder if they merely raised her after Elizabeth's death." Mrs. Winters passed away in her sleep last night. The nurses found her holding the photograph of her and Elizabeth. "I haven't told my mother what I discovered. I'm not sure what's worse, believing your mother died before you were born, or knowing she abandoned you to start a new life. But every time I look in the mirror now, I see Elizabeth's eyes looking back. And I wonder how many family secrets are buried in our DNA, waiting for a chance meeting to bring them to light." Some volunteers read stories, others discover them.